let's go ahead and delete this polygon right here. We don't need it for the eye. And then let's add a little bit of detail going out, not around the eye, but going out that we can use. So again, I'll use Mesh Tools, Insert Edge Loop. I'll insert one there, and I'll insert one here, here, and down here. Okay. Now, if all goes according to plan, and this is a mess, so I didn't want to add too much detail. Already we have a situation where we have a lot of detail overlapping each other, and we need to clean it up. So I'm going to go to points here, hit W to move, hit this tweak marquee tool, and let's just clean things up. And I'll show you kind of how stuff is supposed to look when you're modeling something like a face. All right, you're supposed to keep everything clear. Right now we have all these tight overlaps on points, and it's getting a bit messy, and we don't want that. So I want to create nice round polys like this. All right, I want them to all be relatively the same size as best as I possibly can. And just like that, we've cleaned this up. See, now we have, if I can just use this tool for example, now we have pieces that kind of are the same size and fit together. We want to keep that pattern going on here as best we can. And that's why I'm moving these points around. This one right here, this super long one, you know, that's kind of difficult. We definitely need to add more detail down here because that's going to cause us problems. Anytime you don't have uniformity like this, I want it to be nice and uniform around that eye. All these long ones definitely need more detail. Okay, just like that. You move these points on this side. These points right here up just a tad. Let's go back to the modeling toolkit here. I'll hit the tweak marquee tool, grab some of these points, and move them a little bit closer, like that. Okay, so we still have no volume. We still have a flat face here. So in the next tutorial, we'll start creating volume, and we'll continue fleshing out our character. It'll look great, I promise. Right now it looks terrible, but I promise it will look great. Okay, let's add volume to this character. All we have to do is start looking at the two viewports now, and we can create volume. So we have a whole bunch of points that we know need to move forward, and we probably should have done this earlier before we got so much detail. First things first though, it looks like we have a problem here, and I need to pull this out like that. That's better. Okay. Okay, so let's add volume. We want to see both of these viewports down here. We know certain points will match up, like this side of the eye here. We know it's going to match this side of the eye, right? So I can go ahead and hit this pick marquee tool, and I can move it all the way up there like that. All right. Same thing with this. I know this is going to be on the side of the face somewhere like that. This tip of the nose, that needs to go all the way towards the tip of the nose, like that. Right here, this cheekbone, it's probably back here somewhere, so we'll leave it. Back to the chin here. We know this chin doesn't go there, right? So I'm going to select both those points. We'll move them out so they actually are at the tip of the chin, like that. And then we know up here, this might be back just a bit, but it'll still be over here somewhere, right? Like that. This point on the nose we got. This point on the forehead, so we need to go all the way to the forehead with it. At this point right here, somewhere at the top of the head. Don't quite know where. And then these points right here, all of them, especially we know around the eye here, this is going to be right here, forward of the eye, like that. And you can see how we're causing problems. If we had too much detail, this would be a really horrendous affair right here. But it's not too bad because we're not too detailed. Okay. So my process here is just to get these all forward, kind of where they belong, And then I look at, okay, what are these points over here? Okay, they're also right next to the eye there. Okay, and I just go through, make sure that they're all where I think they need to be. This point right here definitely could be the side of the head. This point right here, though, should be up there with the eye, maybe right over here. This point right here, maybe the side of the face, that looks good. This point right here, though, needs to be up here with the eye, like that. And we know that. This point right here definitely needs to be forward. It's kind of a game. That's why you do not want to add too much detail too early on. All right, so we know that's somewhere over here in front of the eye. Now, to double check our work, we should definitely go over to our perspective view up here, and we can see right away, okay, yeah, that point right there, that definitely needs to go forward, huh? And some of these other points, maybe we went a little too far with. Definitely check your work in multiple perspectives, because it's easy to deceive yourself into thinking you got it working right when you don't. All right, like that point back there, what's it doing? It needs to be right there at the edge of the eye. Okay, that point as well. And maybe it seems tedious, but slowly but surely you start getting volume, and then you add more detail and you get more volume. All right, we know this point definitely is in front of the eye, and looking at it, we're starting to get definition. Now, not nearly enough, all right, but it's something, and I can continue tweaking these points and getting them to just about right. And another thing I can do to check my work is I can hit the 3 key and look at it rounded. Yes, it's not amazing, it's not perfection, but it does help us see that we're creating something from nothing. Remember, we started with 2 polys, and now we've got closer to 16 polys, 16 or 20. And when we're done, we'll have over 100. It's just, that's the process, and that's what it takes. So in the next lesson, we're going to add definition for the nose, and I will see you there.